Whoa, we are back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and I want to go over the Jade count right now, a little bit of an account overview, things I've been working on, and just talk about the state of the game. I mean, we are officially, like, done with this celebration, right? Like, it is over. We are moving in to TYBW in 2 days. It's like, we are done. So I just want to sort of say farewell to the half anniversary part 3, talk about the half anniversary, talk about my expectations for the game going forward, and just some speculative things as we sort of move on and on and on, right? So let me get in game and we'll just, like, you know, come up with a few things. So here we are back, and I want to go over to the gacha section, and I have 28,697 Jade. I want to say that this is 4 days remaining, 00 hours. It is 1 a.m. on a Monday as of recording this. It just turned 1 a.m. as of recording this, which means that I'm about to get my entire weekly deposit of Jade from the weeklies resetting, and I am at 28,697 Jade. I will say that during the podcast with Giku and Aaron, I was kind of lamenting. I was like, it does feel a little samey. But as we sort of, sorry, I don't know why I was clear on that. As we move into the last week, the final day, I will say that it feels like the Jade has flowed in more naturally. I will say I have completed a lot of the content, if not all of the, you know, the majority of the bulk of the content that was released so far. I mean, this is as regular, as normal a week as you can really get in Bleach Soul Resonance, to a quote-unquote, like, dead week. Which is just a Jade week, essentially. But plenty of it. We've got skill challenges I still need to do. I will be doing that after this video, in fact. We've got this all bought out. We have Despair Manifested. We have Snack Search. There we go. Snack Search has been weirdly rewarding. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it says 450 here, but I feel like I've gotten, I don't know, I feel like I get like a bulk of Jade every time I do that. But so a very sparse week, all things considered. Not a ton going on. But we did have also, the thing I did show previously is another showdown mode reset, and it looks like we're holding like 4.5 and 17% there. I haven't gone back in and, like, you know, ranked super highly or anything. I mean, I just took my points, but we have all of the Jade there. This was a total of 450, right? 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400. So 400. In totality there, so a great amount. So 400, 400, 800 in total. Beautiful to me personally. And we're coming up on the is this resetting in an hour? Oh my god. This is going to be huge as well. This hasn't reset in a while, so that is very nice there. We're going to start actually getting rewards for doing our Swift modes again. And yeah, we're coming up on quite a bit. We're coming up on quite a bit more Jade, and with the return, or with the ending of the part 3, the unofficial part 3, that does mean that we should be seeing a return of Deadlock as well. I don't know. I feel really positive about the Jade going into TYBW, so long as you've been doing things, so long as you've been participating, so long as you've actually been doing the content. I feel really good about our Jade amount. You could tell me in the comments if you made it this far. Also, if you're down there, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and we are getting dangerously close. I mean, we have been speeding towards, you know, 3,500, 4,000, 5,000. So it's been super exciting to see the growth of the channel over this past time. I do want to just, you know, take this moment to, if you're still here, you know, thank everyone who has continued to watch regularly. Even if you don't watch every single video, even if you know, mostly just watch the ones you're interested in, I appreciate everyone who has subscribed. It has been a very fun and exciting time for not only Bleach, but this channel. It is crazy to imagine that, like, because I will say, I won't cap here. I grew up with Dragon Ball. I adore Dragon Ball still. Dragon Ball Super kind of fell off of it. Came back for Dragon Ball Super Broly, at which point I sort of, like, retrospectively kind of, like, got back into the series in total. And now I'm pretty excited for everything coming out. especially the remake. The remake looks very exciting. I think that Dragon Ball Super, the thing that was holding me back is that the show was ugly as shit to me. The manga also did not look that great to me. Toyotaro is a great artist, but Toriyama is one of manga's shining stars in terms of manga paneling in the shonen space. Not, overall, but in the shonen space, you don't get a ton better than Toriyama, the Arakis, I don't really like I'm not super big fan of My Hero Academia, but the Horikoshi, I think is their name. Really great manga artist as well. Blah 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 blah. All that is to say, Bleach and Naruto, of the big three, the Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece during the mid 2000s. If you're wondering why isn't Dragon Ball in the big three, it's because that's not the time period. I don't have to argue about this. The big three is not some like Mount Rushmore. It just is it's an industry term. It's an industry term for the shonen that were sort of booing Shonen Jump at the time. So blah blah blah. We don't need to do this. I was never super into One Piece, but I was really into Bleach and Naruto. If they come out with a Naruto Soul Resonance, I'm there. I'm telling you right now. So when I saw this game getting new life, when I saw the anime coming back, super exciting time for me, right? Because I had seen some of this stuff properly portrayed since like middle school, essentially. And Bleach has never had the best track record of games. Rebirth of Souls wasn't quite enough for me personally. As a fighting game player, it's hard for me to really get into arena fighters that aren't super well made. And while Bleach Soul Resonance and Sparking Zero, like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, are fun and pretty, they're not quite enough to keep someone like me interested for a long period of time. I bought Sparking Zero, I pre-purchased it to play early, and I think I played that game for like a week and a half. There wasn't enough complexity there. The balance was all over the place, and not in a good way. It wasn't like Gogeta was super imbalanced. It was like Yajirobe and Android and Giro and Android 19 were the best characters in the game, and I was like, all right. So yeah, to see this sort of resurgence of Bleach, I don't know, it's very exciting. Sorry, I got something in my hair. It's very exciting. And I do look forward to the series progressing and continuing on with the reveal of, like, Bleach Mirror's High. And let me pause with the reveal of Bleach Mirror's High, as I was saying, sorry, it's something in my eye, but it's just an exciting time. It's cool to be sort of like rewarded for this thing I've been doing as a hobby, by people's like interests in a thing that I enjoy. So that's been really cool. So that's just a little like talking head. Oh my god, my capture, please. There we go. In a thing that I've really enjoyed. And yeah, so thank you so much if you've been watching. A little sidebar there, a little tangent, but yeah, if you've been watching, please continue to like and comment where you can. It really helps me out and lets me continue to try to do this as a more steady source of entertainment and income and what have you, which is so cool. It's so cool. I've never thought about it. I've always just been doing this for fun. Only so recently has YouTube been paying me out so I can help with things around my environment, right? So super cool. But yeah, as for the banner themselves, I really do like an Aizen and Zea Lapido rerun. I respect the Zea Lapido rerun especially. As I've told people before, this was not the time to pick up Aizen. As sad as it may be, even if Yuryu doesn't end up replacing Aizen as Spirit Tactic, it just isn't the time to pick up an Aizen. We're Aizen is for the 90s. We're leaving Aizen in the 90s. I'm sorry. He's back there playing with plumbers and mechanics. He's just not the same guy he was, and it's not really like. And I will say, he's not the same guy he was if you pull him fresh now. At B1, he's still good, but it's really not until B4 where, like, Aizen is still contending with the best of the best. I mean, the difference between base Aizen I guess, yeah, save it. The difference between like base Aizen and like white at this point is so crazy. It's so vast. I think we don't talk enough about how much this character has a power crept the role. And it's mostly, I think, because Kenpachi is slowly beginning to age. But I'm actually, I feel like people are quieter on Hollow Ichigo than they should be. So hey, if you're a big fan of Zangetsu, maybe you should be excited, because I'm about to glaze. I think this character has subtly become like the standard for power in the game, especially for free-to-play low-spending players, where we don't have access to all the boundaries, we don't have access to everything. Instead, we have a respectable B0, B1, B2 performance. And for free-to-play players, I just feel like this character is so strong. Spammy, ulting all the time, off-field, slick rotations, supporting like a motherfucker. Like, this character is strong, is he not? And feasibly, if you imagine in your mind that tomorrow an Ulquieta level DPS releases, would you really be able to keep Ulquieta where he is when that character is getting supported by like this character? Like, I feel like this, like, you know, the Truth DT, he does a tier list that is like A, B, C, S, you know, double S, triple S, blah, 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 Z tier. Or I guess I should say A, B, S, Z tier. I think that, like, this guy is kind of Z tier alongside, like, Mayuri, Soifon, Zea Lapido, and all of the DPSs, I would say, well, this guy's probably Z tier. These two could be Z tier. But all of the DPSs that did not release during this celebration are probably, like, S and low S tier at this point. So the function of this guy right here is like not really being fulfilled to its peak. Like, thankfully, Kenpachi Zaraki is not a character that needs a ton of investment. I think you really only need Boundary 1 to get this character off the ground really, really well. But if this guy had a Grimjo at the set, which is the same thing where you get like B1 for him, I think this character explodes. Like, I think this character explodes past the other tactics characters right now. And you know how high I've always been on Soifon. You know how high I've been on her the entire time. And it's not like I'm just a big Soifon glazer where I'm just like, oh my god, I think she's the absolute best at everything because she's so cute. Like, I don't care. It's because I just think she's always been so good. She was a little bit misunderstood at the start. People didn't realize that we were sort of just waiting for Grimjo. And people also attributed all of Yoruichi's success to Yoruichi instead of attributing all of that success to Soifon, which is what was happening. So we'll see. But all that being said, I have been lone. This has been a little bit of a sporadic video. I just want to talk about it. I just want to give thanks, really. This is one of those videos where I just want to talk about the upcoming things. We are essentially a day and a half, 2 days away from seeing the release of TYBW Ichigo, the start of the TYBW collab. Remember that with the TYBW collab, though it is a very exciting time, I would try to keep in mind to grab at least a B0. Giku did say in the Discord in the leak section that it has been rumored that they wouldn't return. I second the idea that they could return the same time, in the same time frame, but just remember that this is being pushed forward because of an event. This is a collaboratory event. So if they do not return, though we all do think that they could in the same time frame, if they do not return, and it is sort of shown that this was more of a collaborative event, you probably would have wanted at least a B0 copy of these characters, right? So just keep that in mind. Try to pick one up if you can. If you're free to play low spending, try to just get a B0 copy. You don't gotta break the bank, especially you could be saying like, I love TYBW, but I'm waiting for Shunsui. I'm waiting for the Stern Ritters. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. Sure, that's perfectly fine. But to miss out on this character for potentially a year, you know, we really don't know. So just keep that in mind. But I've been Lone. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to the club, we'll go make it, and peace.